Hey Yu-Gi-Oh fans, this is Sean with the Phoenix Anime. I'm here with Jake. He won tonight, July 5th. He's going to do his deck profile for you guys. It's Madolche's. Jake?
Yep, I've been playing this deck since Abyss Rising, but since new cards like Food Cake and Angelic, obviously things have changed. But one thing that has not changed, 3 Magis always. Searcher, consistency, sets up the plays, always run 3, no exceptions. 3 of our new Primal Origin card, Angelic. I mean, she's broken. She Food Cake fodder, brings Food Cake out. Kitty to Angelic is instant queen, assuming nothing gets negated. 2 Gelato. I played this at 3, but now that we have Angelic, we've got another level 4 for queen, and he really sucks to draw into him. But when you get the special summon where there's a beast type, you get to search for the field spell, or ticket, or Palooza. So it's always nice to have. 2 Kitties. Basically the card that works as Marauder Captain, special summon, generally Angelic off that. And you can just go right into Food Cake, or if you have prior graveyard set up, you can just do Kitty, Food Cake, and go with your play. 2 Food Cakes. In my opinion, this is still the best card in the deck. If it weren't for this card, we wouldn't be able to perform half the combos we do. And this, with Angelic, is just flat out too good. And it's like a pudding cess, and a lot of people are completely against this card because it's level 5 and you have a tribute generally. But off ticket, which is how I generally special summon this, while you have a face-up fairy, this can pop some cards you just generally can't get around, like Rivalry of Warlords, Royal Decree, things like that. And she's helped me out a lot, especially games 2 and 3. I just started running these 2 ice and 2 fire hands. Obviously I wouldn't know these from Hat, but these are Food Cake fodder. That is the best part about these. I used to play Upstart Goblin in this deck, but these speed it up, and they're Food Cake fodder, and they pop your opponent's field. This is just, these 2 cards are just too good for this format. As for spells, I play 2 Chateau. Just turns every card into floaters, 500 attack and defense boost. This card, especially with Madolche, is just amazing. 1 ticket. I used to run 2, but you really only need 1. It can't stack, so there's really no room for abuse. And when you use this for a special summon while Queen's out, and it gets the job done. 2 dualities for consistency, because this deck is still prone to bad hands, even with Angelic. And if you get Madolche off this, you can get another search, so you keep your card advantage. 2 lands, staple. 2 MST, also stable. I side the 3rd one. And 1 Book of Moon, staple as well. I don't run Dark Hole this format. With the hands, it's not as good. 1 Palooza, this is the best trap in the deck. If you resolve this, you basically win. 2 trap stuns. This completely lets the deck to play as reckless as possible. And once again, if you resolve this and you chain Palooza, that's an automatic win. 2 Fiendish Chain. A lot of people have dropped this card, but I still like it. Of course, Breakthrough is the better card overall this format, but these still help, especially when you've got bigger beaters out. When your opponent has bigger beaters out, these can really help stall them out. 2 Breakthrough skill. Just effective negation in this format. 2 Deep Prison. This is better than Mirror Force this format. A lot of people just say Mirror Force has not been the best card in a while, but I still like Mirror Force, but with the hands, this is just a superior card. And then your basic 1-ups. Bottomless, Torrential, Solomon, Compal. I side this out a lot, but it's very helpful. On the side, 1 Thunder King, and before you question this or click on another video, this helps against Boonjins too much, this helps against Spellbook too much not to run this card. 2 Veilers, 2 Maxis. I mean, not every deck special summons like Mad, but Madolche, Mirror Matches, things like that, that card's a blessing in disguise. 2 Flying Seas. Now, this card a lot of people don't really run, but this card won me 1 game today, and it's won me several games in the past. There's just no overlaying period, and against some decks that don't run synchros especially, or even tribute monsters, they have to either crash with this, or they have to find some other way to get rid of it. One dark hole. I don't really side this in a lot, but it's helpful. Sometimes you just can't get around big beaters like Felgrad, things like that. So this really helps. One D Fisher for Boonjins and artifacts and hands. This card's just amazing. The third MST, Prohibition mainly for Harpies. I mean, this card's a win condition against Harpies, which their hunting ground can give this deck a little too much trouble. One Soul Drain, one DNA Surgery, 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. All 4 of these work for Boonjins, but these 3 can still be sided in against Hat, which is another poor matchup for this deck. And on the extra, one Acid Golem. A lot of people don't understand this, but this card has won me game after game after game after game, especially under time. One Alucard, one Invoker. I used to run 2 of these, but now that we have Angeli, you really only need the 1. 2 Leviera, this card is flat out amazing in this deck. This lets you recycle your Angelis, and with Chateau, you can use Queen's Effect to put Kitty and Angeli back in your hand, so you can just do the same play again next turn. One Maestro, one Black Ship, one Ragnazero. This card's amazing in the mirror match. This actually generally determines the mirror match for me. One Heartland Draco. I just started running this, but this card is... One Heartland Draco, I just started running this, but this card is flat out amazing because if you have Ticket or Chateau, they cannot attack this, and you can poke directly for 2,000, which is always nice. One Cowboy to steer games. One Dweller because it's still a win condition against decks like Mermails, Zombies, anything among that nature. One 101, I'm trying to pick up a second one, but this card's flat out amazing. And then, of course, 2 Queens. She is the best card this deck could ask for, probably one of the best cards in the current meta game today. No targeting, no destroying, basically gets around anything. And that wraps it up. Thanks for letting me be on your channel.
Alright.